Ho, 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 it's that time again, ladies and gentlemen, and look at that view. That looks like a very, very beautiful view. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are now heading back into another episode of Suggestor-Requestor, and boy, oh boy, am I excited for this one. Today's request comes from the Bread that killed Les Mis, and we are asked upon today to take Britain in the End of a New Beginning mod and see how far we can take them. Bearing in mind, End of a New Beginning mod up here states 1857 to 1930. It's a long one. It's a long old one. And as you can see by the picture in the background, at the beginning, Big Ben wasn't even built. We are going back.
Well, we don't need roads.
So with that being said, we're going back to the year of 1857 when United Kingdom of Great Britain was being led by Lord Palmerston with Queen, I think we had Queen Victoria on the throne at this time. We do. But just like our focus says, the sun never sets, and indeed it won't, because we are about to take the world by storm. I am so ready for this. So without further ado, everyone, don't forget to, of course, drop a like on the video. If you want a request, leave it in the comments, and let's take it to the end of a new beginning. Okay, so in case you guys haven't clocked it already, End of a New Beginning is basically a general overhaul mod trying to take you back in time and tell a story of the imperialism era. As you can see, they are bringing in some elements from Vicky 2, i.e. the deployment, the internal politics, the construction, the budgeting. I think these are also basically the squares from Vicky 2. I wouldn't know, I don't really play it. Clicking on the research tab, we've got a nice clean outlook to our research, which is really, really nice. And of course, it comes customized with a nice big juicy tree. We also have a fun little button, and that little button is internal politics, where it tells us our parliament, but also if we click this button here, it tells you the population and percentages of your cultures and subcultures, which is really, really, really cool. And I'm all here and I'm all for that 0.0% Lower Saxon. We're not the Saxons anymore. But being since it's the year 1857 and Britain was a, well, semi-height of its empire, there is still something going on, and it's this. Yeah, the Sepoy Rebellion, the Indian thing, that happened. That's not our greatest hour, let's be honest. Careful! Human life was very much a thing to be thrown away at this point, and the British Empire, yeah. We didn't really have a good track record of being humane, did we? Between the Sepoy Rebellion in India and, you know, that whole feed the heroin and feed all the drugs we can possibly get into the Qing Empire, yeah, we play a good game. But with that being the case, we do need to get our troops over here, and we do need to quell the rebellion. I want to try and get this to be a as peaceful and united empire as possible. I know I'm asking for a lot in the age of imperialism, but you know, one can be a dreamer. I don't know, my cousin's John Lennon. I don't know, he was a dreamer. You know, fun fact, when I said it was an overhaul, I wasn't kidding in the slightest. Like, bro, look, I have red coats. I have British red coats. This is incredible. I live for this. I am 100% down for this. And look, they're the Indian regiment, so they're not even wearing like the colonial hats. They're in, I think that's a turban. Have they modded in a turban for that? That's awesome if they have. You know, I need to play a meme real quick. Roll the clip.
I'm in danger.
It doesn't matter if it's Kaiserreich. It doesn't matter if it's End of a New Beginning. It doesn't matter if it's any other bloody mod. It doesn't matter, because either way, there's always going to be a financial collapse. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the crash of 1857, and my, oh my, the rails give way. I am not prepared for any negatives that come from this. I'm going to carry on to what I do, finish up some of these focuses to make sure India is nice and stable for me, and then I need to come down here and do these. These are political acts which I can push through Parliament, and I've only got until 1859 before it's election time, and we're already in 1858, basically, so we need to hurry up. Okay, and now fast forwarding 2 years into the future, into 1860, and we have now established the British Mandate of India after fully finishing the Sepoy Rebellion and essentially uniting the Raj. Now that we've got that under our belt and things are looking mighty stable for now, I do want to kind of press into America, but apparently I cannot cast a casus belli until I have something from a focus or an event. So unfortunately, I can't go after the Americas just yet. So until that day comes, I'm just going to keep on going for my focuses. I'm going to ignore the election focuses simply down to the fact of I did the acts, and it doesn't matter how much political power I put into it, I always lost the voting, so it makes no point for me to try and make the vote happen. So I'm going to probably go ignore most of these, but I want to go down industry next. I think I'm going to wrap up India really quick, and then I'm going to go after the Industrial Revolution, British industry, and develop the British Isles. So I was expecting things to get a little spicy. I just wasn't expecting them to get so spicy so soon. We are now at war with America. But the way this happened, I didn't do it. I promise it wasn't my fault. So essentially there was like a big oil dispute or something with Mexico. Mexico went to war with France, and I was just like, I got an event and it was just like, are you gonna back this? And I just said to myself, hell yeah, I'm gonna back that. Let's make friends with the French. And because of that, I kind of got brought into this war against Mexico and the United States. Now, granted, they only have 11 to 64 divisions. I've got 42, and the French have 11 to 37. So we have our dominance. The only problem that lies with that is the fact of we are a whole ocean away, and we are having to take our lovely little sailboats. Nope, that's not a sailboat. That's not a sailboat. Where's my bloody navy? As I was saying, we're gonna have to take our lovely little sailboats and go to the Americas. My navy even more so because they're all the way in the bloody Bay of Bengal. Oh no. But with that being the case, let's go and have another fight with the Americans. We lost what? We lost 1773. We won 1812. Now let's throw in the third one. You know, 2-2-1. We're going to make it 2-1 in football terms. 1861. Let's go get them. Oh, yes. Now the British government is moving mad. I've been trying to pass an act of parliament to get me to raise myself from civilian economy up to something even better, and it always got refused. But now parliament has woken up. It is time to get the budget in check. We are going to go. The budget is fine as it is. No, we should be spending less money on the. Are you dumb?
Dad, are you dumb? Are you getting rude to man?
It is time. We need to increase budget in these times. We're going to go 5% of the budget will be increased, which means army experience gain goes up, attack, defense, all consumer goods. Bruh, it is looking gravy. Okay, so another update. We've finally landed. I'm going to launch my offensive over here in Chicago as well. Hopefully we can get a decent push going on. But things are going bad to worse for the Americans, because that is looking like a Confederate state of America led by a certain Jefferson Davis. Also, I'm not liking this. The Americans are actually pretty steadfast in their defense. You know what? I'm going to stop this. I'm going to stop this offensive until I have org. I should probably do that. Oh, that sounds like a good idea. And things just go from bad to worse for the Americans, because not only are they severely losing to us, the American Civil War has just triggered. The Ex Unus Plures has now just happened, and the Confederate States of America is now at war with the United States of America. However, at the same time, I don't think the USA is going to be lasting much longer, because it looks like they're about to rebrand as British America once more.
Nice.
Oh no, that's so wrong. That's so wrong and unfair. So, because the Confederates and the United States signed a white peace, for some reason that auto-peaced out America in my deal, and all of my work got made for nothing. So all of that was absolutely pointless. I don't like that. That sucks. I should be allowed to take America. That's not cool. I mean, we took this. I mean, Americans gave over this, unless this was already ours. I don't remember. But oh, that's not cool. That's really not cool. I wanted all of this. I wanted my 13 colonies back. But I've still got Mexico, but hey ho. Nah, that's a load of crap. I don't like that. I don't appreciate that. Fine, well, you know what? If I can't take America, I'm going to finish the job and take Mexico. I'm going to send my troops down here to Belize and then some over to Jamaica. And I'm going to launch a naval invasion. I don't even know if I can do naval invasions, but I'll try and see if I can't get down to Veracruz, because I need to be in Veracruz before... Hold on, there's a decision for it. There we go. Before 93 days. That's ambitious thinking. Good God. Otherwise, I can withdraw from the thing. I mean, the French already withdrew. You know what? No, I'm not withdrawing. I'm going in. I'm going balls to the wall. I'm doing my job. I'm going to do my job correctly. Okay. Well, it would seem that naval invasions and marine units weren't necessarily all that they were cracked up to be in 1861. I mean, it kind of makes sense. The Royal Marines were kind of made it for World War II, but still, point remains the same. They're not that good in this time era. Lord Palmerston, yeah, sure, go for it. I don't know. Okay, so since this has just happened and there's 13 days left on the clock, I'm just going to go ahead and withdraw from the Mexican expedition. We've got this, which gives peace with Mexico, or this one, which I don't know. We're going to do peace with Mexico like so, and finish it there. I'm now going to spend my next few years of peace developing the nation and slowly trying to build up. Hopefully I can get my manpower back as well, because that's absolutely zilch. So we're now quite far into the future. We're now in 1866, and we've finally done a lot of things. As you can also see, I want to show this off really quickly. We now have limited conscription. I found out how the internal politics works. It's just a little bit tedious. You need to cast an election, and basically you've got like a 7... oh, I didn't mean to call an election. I called an election. Do we have a new leader? I don't know. We do not have a new leader. I don't know what did that. But essentially, I learned how to work the elections, and there's like a 7-day countdown. It's all good. It's all fun. Finally found out what I'm doing. I've been quietly building up in case something happens, and it seems like something has happened. The Kingdom of Prussia, with the Kingdom of Italy, has now gone to war with the Austrian Empire. Now, this part of history around Germany, I have no idea. Like, this whole kerfuffle is new to me. I don't know if this is AI generated. I don't know if this is, like, historically correct. I don't know. To the best of my knowledge, Prussia and Austria were best of buddies until, obviously, Germany took all of Bavaria and this, that, and the other. And we've got Otto von Bismarck. Now, I know Bismarck. I know how important Bismarck is. Do I know what Bismarck did for Germany? Not a bloody clue. No. So I'm learning as we go along as well. But I'm going to go back into my hermit shell. As you can see, the Confederate States is slowly growing as well. And I'm just going to keep on building, keep on researching, and keep on doing my thing. Okay, so as you can see, it is time for the Meiji Restoration. They just had the Boshin War, and after one day, they finished. And now we have Emperor Meiji of Japan. As you can see, knowledge shall be sought for all over the world, and thus shall be strengthened the foundation of imperial polity, which is good. Glory to the empire. But this is where things get a little funky. I have a question, because I must have missed this on history class. Why did the French have a scrap with Korea and end up taking Incheon? Is this normal? Is this historically accurate? Bonaparte was doing some funky things in 1868, and it's finally time to get to the nitty-gritty, the global conflict, or maybe the regional conflict we were looking for. The French Empire has declared war on the North German Confederation. It is now go time, and I don't know if we're going to get involved in this, but I think there's definitely a high chance that we will. And that went surprisingly well. I didn't have to get involved in any way, shape, or form. The Germans just walked straight past Verdun, and the French just completely capped. They gave up. They surrendered. They just didn't put up much of a fight, and now this is our new German Empire led by Otto von Bismarck. Now, again, this period of time is not my historical forte, but I don't think this happened. I feel like something's a little bit of a miss right now. So after waiting a total of 4 months, starting into the year 1880, it is time for the scramble of Africa. Vilest scramble for loot that ever disfigured the history of human conscience, Joseph Conrad. A continent darkens, indeed it does. Our darkest fate of moment is when we start to head towards Africa. As you guys can see, though, I am in 1880 now, and I have played this game for a very long time. I'm not gonna lie to you, I've been filming for this video the whole week. However, although it's a bit tiring, the reason I have done it is to say that I have actually played the mod properly. I mean, I can't start in 1867 and finish in 1872, you know, that's not playing the mod, especially since it's supposed to go until 1930 and beyond. As you can see, I've played until 1880. Unfortunately, there's not really been much to do aside from obviously the whole India situation and then the war with the Americans. And by the way, America, you're still divided in 1880. And this doesn't seem to be patching things up. Was there a second civil war, or like a second half to the first civil war that I'm not aware of? Also, America's at war with Korea. First it was France, and now the Americans are at war with Korea. And they've got this, Incheon, which is owned by the French again. I'm not entirely sure what's going on with Korea. So I think what I'm gonna do, I'm going to play until 1890. I will do most of the stuff off camera, but to say that I've played basically until the start of World War I, I'm just gonna sit here and do my thing. Again, not really much is left to do. I've basically done my focus trees. Everything's pretty much done. I just need to do one more election and then the naval tree, and that's completely finished. Pretty much same story with the research as well. There's also this that I haven't really, you know, experimented too much with, but as you can see, it's the great game between Britain and Russia. Russia has 25 influence points. I have 150. I'm going to make the most of it. Persian Cossack Brigade and the great game invade Afghanistan. I should probably move my troops there before I trigger that. I'm going to do that. So I'm not going to lie. I was expecting to be invading the Afghanis right now, but it turns out that's not happening. I just got points for it for whatever reason. But with that being the case, like, it's 15 minutes into this video. I'm in the 31st of May. I'm 30 days away from moving from the Victorian industrial era into the machine era, and I don't have enough command power to be able to launch an ultimatum to Qing. So I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen. Like I said, to say that I've played the mod properly, I'm going to play until 1890, but we will see what happens. I'm going to be playing to 30 years. 30 years in game. This is crazy. I've dedicated my whole week to this. I want to go out with a bang. Give me something, please. You know, they often say, be careful what you wish for, and that is extraordinarily valid right now. We're in the year 1887, 3 years away from my stop date, and we are slowly expanding Africa. However, for some reason, the French have decided to oppose me. Adolphe, there's some similarities with your name and your aggression. You know? So because of that, I get my big farewell, I get my big bang, I get my big grand hurrah, and so because of that, I'm lining up my redcoats and my line infantry, and they're going for a weekend in Normandy. Hopefully I can take the fight to the French. I don't know how efficient this is going to be. I've got another army slowly but surely landing in just a little wee bit. We're just going to have to test the waters and see how things go, but as things are so now, we seem to be overpowering the natives, which I'm not overly surprised. They've been secluded for so long, and all of a sudden the Empire turns up with guns and everything. It's the rebels versus the Empire all over again. I love a good Star Wars reference. Bro, I'm not even playing. I was not expecting it to go this well. I knew I'd buff my troops through focuses and through all the research, but this is ungodly levels of OP. I've already taken Paris. The powerful France, the good old Adolphe Thiers has collapsed, and I'm slowly taking Africa as well. Bro, my troops are buffed. I'm just hoping that I can do an alternate history thing here and actually just take France. If I can, I'll be happy, because that's one of the gripes I've had with this mod. It's the lack of alternate history. I feel like I want to be able to derail history in my own little way. You know, they often say dreams do come true, and it seems in the year of 1887, my dream has come true. You know what? I'm going to paint a picture, and I'm going to love every second of it. And just like that, a British dream has been accomplished. I took all of their colonies. And then as for France themselves, mainland France, I took Corsica. I got back the Plantagenet lands down here and up here as well. And then France itself became a puppet. And French people, at least the Parisians I've spoken to in my life, they're not going to be happy with this. But France, your capital's now down in Marseille. Like, for real, no shade on Marseille here. I'm only saying it because from what I've heard from most French people, Marseille is the French equivalent to our Liverpool. So with that being the case, I understand, but no hate. Okay guys, so as you can see, it is now the year 1890 and things are coming to a close. I finally met my end date. Where does this leave us? I will show you. So the Russians have got their 1910, 1914 borders, so do Austria-Hungary and the Germans. The French, not so much, thanks to our participation. The Italians are very much the same because they still haven't got Trent. I don't know why the papacy is like this. I think they're to be eaten. I don't know if that's a work in progress thing. I have no idea. The Mandate of India is looking tasty, but the Raj has yet to be formed. Again, we haven't been able to eat Afghanistan just yet, as well as the lands down here that make up Burma. And we managed to walk away with a little bit of Incheon since we took this away from the French. Going into the First World War, it seems like it's going to be two different Americas, and I reckon if this did historically happen, I reckon one of the Americas would support the Germans, the other would support the Allies, as it were, or the Entente. It makes for an interesting situation in an alternate timeline. But I think that's where I'm probably going to leave it. Like, if for whatever reason or somehow a mod or a dev comes across this video, all I can say is the mod is great. I really do enjoy it, but if I had the opportunity to, I would change it so that it's less like a historical simulator and have more alternative history elements. Like, for example, that war in America, maybe I wouldn't have been able to take all of America, but maybe they could have given me some parts of the East Coast. You know, I don't know, just more opportunities to do alternate history, since, you know, taking France was kind of fun, and I didn't take all of it, which was even better. But yeah, that's all I've got to say. Thank you very much for watching, guys. If you have enjoyed, please do drop a like. Until then, I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the flip side. Ta-da!